Athletic, majestic, graceful, and unmistakable. So it is ironic that time could be running out for the fastest animal on Earth. Cheetahs once roamed freely throughout Africa, Arabia, and Asia. Now, thanks to an ever-growing human population, they are confined to just small pockets of land outside Africa, and within Africa itself, only 2 areas. One north of the equator and the other through East Africa into Southern Africa. This has led to a dramatic decline in the worldwide cheetah population, and as a result, cheetahs are now listed as vulnerable on the global endangered species list. Without human intervention, these athletes of the plains could lose their race for survival. This is why we at the Hoedspruit Endangered Species Center have dedicated our lives to making sure this doesn't happen. The Hoedspruit Endangered Species Center is a dream come true for Lente Roode.
I want to make sure that the cheetahs and the meta population and the genetic part is very well managed, and this is what we are doing here.
A place for cheetah conservation, breeding, and release. It began when she was 6 years old with a very special cheetah called Sabika. Sabika was the inspiration behind the center, which in turn has had an impact on the lives of hundreds of other cheetahs. When the center was opened in 1990, we had no idea whether it would be successful or what lay ahead of us. It took 2 years of research by a team of scientists before the first cheetah cubs were born at the center. Since then, over 200 cubs have been born, and 9 of these were the extremely rare and magnificent king cheetah. But it didn't stop there. Today, we are proud to say it has built an international reputation as one of the leading private institutions in the country, committed to the research and breeding of selected endangered species. By working closely with the University of Pretoria, we've been able to initiate breeding programs for wild dogs, Africa's most successful predator and most threatened carnivore, and also the charismatic but endangered southern ground hornbill. The center also provides a home for animals in need of rehabilitation. Our latest arrivals have been the victims of poaching.
They were actually darted and their horns cut off while they were sleeping. And we put these steel caps on top, and after about a year they healed up completely.
Esme the rhino, Mealy and Lungu the resident sheep, and the Anatolian shepherd dog David are there to help them with the transition and make them feel at home. Since then, our doors have been open to any animal in need of help. Many of whom we have returned back to the wild. At the heart of the center is our veterinary clinic. Here we are able to perform anything from highly specialized operations.
Let's see, the swelling has gone down a lot. Yeah.
To routine checkups.
It's much better now. The more exercise it gets, obviously the more these muscles are going to develop.
Research is an important part of everything we do at the center. When breeding cheetahs in captivity, a balanced diet is critically important. By putting together an advisory body of veterinary specialists, we have spearheaded the development of a dietary supplement, and it has allowed us to substantially improve the low fertility and cub survival rates. We are only too aware that unless we inspire the next generation and make them passionate about conservation, all our efforts would have been in vain. The challenge is to breed awareness in the minds of the future custodians of our planet.
How many spots does the cheetah have? question, how many do you think they
to
have?
share with them our passion and knowledge.
Alright, so they say cheetah has plus minus 2,000 spots.
This is the only way that we will ensure the survival of endangered species for generations to come. To date, thousands of children from schools across the country have visited the center as part of our subsidized awareness program.
The little hooded vultures, the smaller vultures that you'll find usually last at a feed.
Here they learn from our skilled rangers.
They get excited. All the blood rushes to their head, so they blush like we usually do.
And of course, the animals that call the center their home. Our team also visits underprivileged schools, where we encourage and award sustained environmental awareness and promote sustainable environment management.
We want to say thank you so much. We appreciate all your work which you are doing to the school, your donations which we are receiving from you. I think it is more helpful to our kids.
We are also heavily involved in many community projects, including the fight against rabies that threatens both our wildlife and those living amongst it. It has taken thousands of people to make the center a reality. We are entirely dependent on the support of donors, the caring individuals that have adopted our animals, and the ecotourism that you are now part of. So your entrance fees, the money you spend at our curio shop, and in the deli all go toward ensuring the survival of the center and its endangered species. Without you, we would have no future. Breeding and conserving endangered species is what we are renowned for, but ultimately we have one goal: the release of these magnificent animals into the wild where they belong. Every release is a victory for us, as each cheetah we release back into the wild adds hope to the survival of the species. The power of one is boundless, but the power of many is unstoppable. Help us to ensure a better tomorrow, not just for our endangered species, but also for all of the species that call this planet of ours home.